Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In this video a couple of pickups, and the first one, no, that's the second. The first one is over here. I ordered some stuff from China and I saw the price and I thought to myself, that can't be correct.
Consider subscribing if you already haven't and hit the bell button to get notified when I upload a new video.
It arrived, so I'm really curious. I have a suspicion what's inside. It's a GameCube RGB cable, and the reason why I wanted to have is because I want to capture a video with my GameCube, and the standard output is composite, and the problem with that is that it is a shitty format. And I hope that the other part that goes on this end of the cable will arrive hopefully in a couple of days. But now I have decent quality on my television after years and years and years. I hope that it works. Then it was really good value for my money. But from China, it was only a couple of euros. How can you make it for and how can you send it for that money? But okay, yeah, and this is the interesting part. It wasn't expensive either, totally not. But okay, how to open it? It's in a box of popsicles. Game Gear, Lemmings, Pengo, Game Gear, it's all Game Gear games. Ecco the Dolphin, F1, Lion King, Alien 3, Batman Returns, Super Space Invaders, The Castle Evolution, Zool, of course columns. Who doesn't like columns? I have columns now 3 times. Sonic the Hedgehog, this one I searched for because I had it. I know I bought it and I don't know where it is, but it's missing from my collection, and I have probably a vague idea that my brother has it, but don't know for sure. Then Sonic 2, but this time the European version, and Asterix, the Asterix and the Secret Mission. Okay, now let's talk about the games that I picked up. First of all, Zool. Zool is a platformer game with a little bit it's an ant on steroids or Red Bull. Yeah, I don't know. It's let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that sigh. No, not really fun. You're walking around in the candy sort of. I don't know what it is, but when the game over screen came, I'll probably never play it again. It's no, not really fun at all. Next up is Batman Returns. Yeah, I believe Batman Returns indeed. Batman Returns is a platformer, also a platformer with some shooting elements, and I don't know if I've played another Batman game, but I know the gameplay mechanics, but I don't know the levels, and I don't know why. Maybe someone I played it with, or I don't know what it was, but it's yeah, not really an interesting game, to be honest. The music is No, and it's choppy. It's boring. The graphics are not that great. What fun is that? You can choose your path around the level, or choose your path. You can choose route 1 or route 2, which in fact means that it's the same level but with different elements. Yeah. No. Not really interesting. The only interesting gameplay mechanic is that you can swing like Spider-Man on a wire. Next up is the Lion King. The Lion King, it's definitely a lot better. They could improve on the swing mechanics of the line. You can grab onto round ledges or branches. I don't know what it is. And you can swing from left to right, and you have to do it all over and all over again to get what it is about. And after a while, you have to press jump at the right moment. I thought first of all it was left or right, but no, it's a really watered down version of the Mega Drive. The graphics are great. The music, not great at all. It's bleepy. It's just bleepy. I got stuck in the second level, where I got stuck in the Mega Drive version also with the giraffes, and you have to jump from one head to another, and I'm landing always in the water. But Lion King, I think it's probably one of the better platformer games that I played on the Game Gear. So if you get the chance to pick it up, it's really worth a while. The graphics are great, the animations are great. The controls sometimes could be better, but it's okay. It's really good playable. Now let's go to Alien 3. Alien 3 for the Game Gear. Alien is also a platformer game, but it is not about jumping from one platform to another. You have to you can shoot the aliens, but you have a limited supply of ammunition, and that's what makes it interesting. You have to rescue people that are captured by the aliens. And those people are scattered around the level, and you have to capture them within, I think, 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes or so. But the aliens in the game of Alien 3 are fast. Oh my god, those creatures are fast. I didn't complete the first level because it's challenging. It's a challenging game. And you can crawl through spaces, and then at once there is an alien, and you can shoot them if you want, but you have to be very quickly and you have to react very quickly. A challenging but a really fun game. Asterix and the Secret Mission. Yeah, I have some fun memories of this game. I love this game. It's a little bit simple, but the graphics are good. You have to solve really mini puzzles. For example, you have when you're playing as Asterix. Asterix is the little one, huh? Yeah, I think so. You can play as Asterix, and there is a Roman walking in front of you, but the level is endless. And you encounter the same platform over and all over again, and that Roman's running away from you. So what do you have to do? You have to jump on the platform. There is a stone you can push, and the next time that you're going around in that level, the Roman gets stuck against that stone, and then you can hit him. It's a really fun game, and yeah, the graphics are great, the animations are good. I know this game because I have the Master System version, and this is, it's the same game, but fitted on the screen for the Game Gear. Really fun game, and I played paid just a couple of bucks for it, and then it's superb game. Really fun game. Asterix, pick it up if you can. Next we have F1. Yeah, F1 is a racing game. Yeah, back in the day they called it a racing game. It's true 3D. And I owned Monaco Grand Prix, and yeah, this is somewhat smoother. Monaco Grand Prix for the Master System. Yeah, Road Rash, that kind of game. It's bad. It's choppy. It's not 3D. Yeah, what can I say about it? They didn't even bother to make music for it. You only hear and I couldn't even yeah, I was so bored I didn't even reach the first lap. No, it's fun to have in my collection to prove how shitty sometimes games work for the Game Gear. Next I want to talk about Sonic 1. Yeah, Sonic 1, I have so much fond memories of this game, and I talked about it in earlier videos. But that was the Master System version. The Game Gear version is pretty much similar, but with a couple of key differences. I saw a video about of guys who are totally talked this game down, and it broke my heart a little bit, because Sonic 1 was my first game that I bought for the Master System, and it was so close to my heart, and I loved the game. And yeah, the things they said in the jungle level, you have to step up in the on the level, and your screen will follow you. But if you go outside the screen, you're dead. And I have to give them that they have a valid point there. It was a little bit weird. That's not the case in the Game Gear version. They gave the game also shit about the bridge level, where also the you have a fixed speed of the level that moves, and they talked the game so much down. It's not a gameplay mechanic, but it didn't bother me. It doesn't bother me till this day. Yeah, I played this to capture some footage for this video, and I played it again. I started playing and couldn't stop it, and it was, yeah, I played it for half an hour. Wasn't really good at it. I died at the jungle level. But in some aspects this game is some simpler than the Master System version, because there are a couple of places where you can find lives, and they are really easy to see in the Game Gear version, but not in the Master System version. For example, in the Game Gear version, you can find a life in the jungle level when you go all the way to the right of the screen. But in the Game Gear version, you can't get up on the platform again, so you have to kill yourself to advance in the game. Not in the Master System version. You can up again to the platform, but also the boss on the bridge level is different. I noticed, and it's easier than on the Master System version. So yeah, but I wanted to have this game because I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it is, and now I have it again in my collection. Oh, and by the way, the game is still, I think it's great. It's a great Master System, or in this case Game Gear game, with a lot of variety, and okay, not as much enemies as in the Genesis version, but I like this game till this day. The music is good, the graphics are good, so really bit frustrating. In the second act of the first level, you can only pick up 89 rings, so that's 2 rings short of a life, and they didn't fix that in this game, regretfully. But they fixed some other gameplay mechanics in this version. Really fun to play it again. Next is Ecco the dolphin. Yeah, I have a somewhat hate relationship of this with this game. The problem is with, for me at least, with Ecco the dolphin, I had the... No, I rented the... I don't own it on the Genesis, but I rented it. And I couldn't figure out what to do, and I have it on the SEGA CD, which has improved audio. Only there I couldn't figure out what to do either, and that was also partly because my understanding from the English language was so basic that texts like search for the key glyph. I don't know what a glyph was, and yeah, something with a key, and I couldn't find the key, and but it was now after all these years I see that a key glyph is a diamond-shaped stone. Now I know that, but. Yeah, the graphics look good. The gameplay mechanics, yeah, controls are just as on the Genesis version, a bit shaky. The music is bad. Sorry, guys. I know you're gonna give me some shit about this game because for some people this is the game on the Sega systems, the Ecco the Dolphin. But I don't share that passion with you. And now, after all these years, I played it again, and yeah, it got me the same feeling, and not sure what to do exactly. I found that key glyph in the first level, but yeah, later on, and then I'm dying constantly of the lack of air, and I know you can bounce your thingy at shells so you get some air, but yeah, I miss the fun aspect in the game, and it's somewhat solving puzzles, but yeah, combined with the controls that are a bit difficult, and when you're close to an enemy and you try to bounce your nose against it, then it still will hit you, and again and again and again, and yeah, that could have been improved. What I like about the game is that it's somewhat different, and the platformers were the game on the Sega systems, but this is somewhat different, and that's what I like about that kind of games. Although it's not a game for me, I'm glad to have it in my collection, but I probably will never play it again. Now let's rush through some games. The first one being Sonic 2. Why rush through that? Because in the previous video I already picked up Sonic 2. Yeah, I like that game. I had the Master System version for a while when I sold my Master System, and in one of the previous games I had some screenshots. I will talk about it in some more detail. So I'm not gonna expand a lot about this game. Next up, Columns. Yeah, same again. In the previous video I covered already Columns. Columns is a Tetris-like a game. It was the counterpart from Sega. They tried to release a Tetris game, but at the last moment they pulled it back. But there were some produced. Those are very rare. Not on the Game Gear, by the way, but on the Genesis. But Columns was the Tetris for the Game Gear and the other Sega systems. Column, yeah, it's an okay game. It's not bad, or yeah, the music is bad. The music is really bad. But I already have it, and I'm gonna sell this off because I have my original columns and the Japanese version of columns. I'm gonna rush through also the castle. Is it the Castle Evolution? Yeah, it is the Castle Evolution, because I couldn't play this game. This one is broken. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I can play it. That's the weird part about it. But the screen flickers, and when I put again in another game, it's okay. And I thought for a moment, well, maybe it's the NTSC version with a different frequency, but that is weird because the Game Gear doesn't depend on the screen. It has its own screen, so it isn't depending on the screen's resolution or things from your TV. So I don't know what the problem is, but regretfully it doesn't work. But for €4 a game, that is yeah, I've got a bit out of luck on this one, but yeah, for €4, yeah. You can take the damn it! You can take the risk for €4. And next is Pengo. Pengo is a how do you call it? A penguin, of course. A penguin that is on ice in a kind of maze, and you have to squash the ice thingies that wipe the maze away, and you have to squash them with ice blocks or with special blocks that are diamond blocks or something. At first I had to figure out what to do, and I thought that you only could use the those special diamond blocks, but you can use every blocks and push them away to the enemy. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's challenging also. The music is good. The graphics, no, don't suck a bit. What the really challenge is of this game is the controls. It's not really good. Sometimes when I press left it goes up, and sometimes there's a lag when I push a block and it doesn't react to that, and sometimes it reacts late, and that's a bit frustrating. So you push the button and it doesn't react to that, and that's yeah, and same by the way with was it Batman, that doesn't always react to the buttons, and that's kind of annoying. But overall a fun game. It's a sort of puzzle game, and it's challenging. It's really challenging. Sometimes you can be dead in a few seconds, and but you have to survive. And you get bonus points if you clear a stage very early. So Pengo, just a fun little game, but it is a nice game, and especially for the handhelds, those kinds of games are yeah, I appreciate those kinds of games. And the next game is Lemmings for the Game Gear. Lemmings is a puzzle game where you assign each lemming, those are those creatures with the green hairs, assign a task, for example climbing or exploding or stopping the gang, and with those different roles you have to rescue the rest of the lemmings so they can go safely to the exit of the level. That seems easy, but yeah, and the first couple of levels are pretty easy, just to get to know which rules there are and what the possibilities are, and to get to so to familiarize yourself with the possibilities and what elements there are in the game, and what you can climb up, and what you can dig through and whatnot. Yeah, a really fun game. And the funny, remarkable thing is that when I was a kid, I didn't have the. I know that I played it in the store, and I didn't know exactly what to do, and yeah, then it was puzzle, and then I had to sit down really quietly, and I wasn't up for that, and I needed action and jump, and I wanted to do things. Now, when I'm now a bit older, I noticed that I can appreciate those kinds of games more and more, And I like that you have some more extensive gameplay, that it isn't over in a couple of minutes. With some shooters, for example, you can die very quickly. And I like these kinds of games now, what I didn't like before, and that's really, yeah, the age does that to me and to a game. So yeah, and I looked for in previous videos, you will see that I looked for Lemmings 2 on the Genesis, but it was broken regretfully. What I also like is you have to translate something with a bigger resolution to a smaller screen size with a smaller resolution, and they did that very good, I have to say. The music is good, the graphics, yeah, not that really special, but yeah, the translation from the bigger screen to the smaller screen, they did that very well. The only thing I miss with Lemmings is that you can select a lemming when you are in the pause mode. That would be very handy, because sometimes you have to really precise point out, and those guys are walking, so you have to kind of grab them, and it would be easy if you could pause the game and point at the lemming and say, now you're gonna stop the other guys, or dig, or make a bridge, or for example. The other thing that I would like that they improved was that you can fast forward in the game. So when you solve the puzzle, you need to wait before every lemming has gone through the whole maze and is at the end point. And it would be very nice, at least I didn't found it, so you can fast forward if you solve the puzzle and you need only the lemmings to be at the end of the level. Really fun game, and yeah, I will play Lemmings probably a lot more. And again, the last game in my pickup, and that is Super Space Invaders. Of course, everyone knows Space Invaders, and the Super is, yeah, it's just Space Invaders. It's an interesting take on the game. They basically invented new ways to die. Yeah, there is a funny level with cows in it. It's a bonus level, and when a spaceship is picking up a cow, it's running around in the meadow. So that's funny, and yeah, there are some interesting combinations, but yeah, it's not a game that you will play for 10 minutes. After 5 minutes, you're bored of it. The game is still the same, although they changed some backgrounds and some looks of the ships, and that's the Super in Super Space Invaders. Yeah, it's okay for €4. It's okay. These kinds of pickups where you have just $4 or €4 in my case for a game, that is fun. And if one doesn't work like Castle Evolution, yeah, so be it. If one isn't fun, yeah, so be it. But it's fun to collect, and for €4 you can pick up a game, and if it's not okay, no big deal. And that's fun. So I'm thinking of maybe shifting more towards the Game Gear games, because it is fun. It is still fun, and there aren't that many Game Gear games. Yeah, I don't know why, and that's maybe my luck, but I don't know why the rest has risen so drastically over the last few years, and the Game Gear is still at the bottom. You can pick up a Game Gear for 20-30 euros if you're looking good, if you're looking out for a good deal. So yeah, if you want to buy fun games for a Sega system and you don't want to grab too deep in your wallet, then you can start the Game Gear if you already didn't. Yeah, I'm really happy with my purchase. I didn't go over the top. like I did in one of my previous videos. It's really fun. It's really fun, these kinds of pickups, and you have a lot of value for your money. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!
That's it already for this video. I love making these videos for you, but in order to continue to do that, I need your support. You can support me for free just by hitting the thumbs up button, so YouTube will offer my video to more people. You can also subscribe to my channel if you like and hit the bell button to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.